We are granted talents that beyond human limitations by this electromagnetic medium. Those that are truly connected to you can sense your energy levels regardless of physical proximity. They are constantly worried that something is wrong with you, which is a warning from their subconscious mind. This happened to me personally when I was really sick and had to stay in my apartment by myself. My mother found out that I was too weak to do anything, like walk out of the room or even compose a message on my phone, so she gave me a call. Despite our physical distance, she summoned assistance for me because she was unable to speak for herself. It was clear to her that I was sick. This isn't a fluke. It defies our most fundamental assumptions about how people communicate. Beyond human, we have access to something more. Any one of us can establish a connection with the superconscious, the all, the source, or infinite intelligence. Anything, including inanimate objects, can be communicated with through this medium of limitless consciousness of which we are a part, because everything is energy or the same fundamental substance as the source. Take a look at this incredible proof from The Hidden Messages in Water by Dr. Masaru Emoto. His words turned water into words. We placed a water bottle inside a sheet of paper that had words written on it. Absolutely flawless, this stone is. This proves that thankfulness and love are the bedrock of the natural world and the phenomena of life. Beautiful, fully formed crystals were the consistent outcome every time we displayed words meaning thank you in several languages. Crystals did not form when statements suggesting danger to humans were shown to the water. The phrase "you make me sick" seems to have even materialized as a figure brandishing a firearm. You can observe how disparaging remarks can distort the form of the droplet, in contrast to the lovely and balanced patterns displayed by the raindrops that were showered with affection. He went so far as to put rice in multiple jars, and then labeled each one with either kind or hateful comments. As the rice in the jars responded to the energy in the shape of words written on them, the results show something that cannot be explained within the scientific framework. Words are energy that, when focused at something, may either make it sick or make it better. Thus, the rice jar bearing venomous ink manifested obvious symptoms of decay and demise, in contrast to the rice jar bearing loving ink, which remained unchanged. All things are energy since they are parts of God's body, and hate's energy is destructive while love's energy is restorative. Just keep an eye on what's going on around you and the people you encounter. Pay attention to the energy they exude. Although you are already doing this unconsciously, engaging in it consciously will help you become more aware of the metaphysical component, allowing you to steer clear of energies that aren't a good fit. Words cast with such precision are like spells that can have a tangible effect on the physical world. Because of this, when bolstered with conviction and repeated, affirmations become spells. When you fully engage with your affirmations, letting yourself be consumed by their positive energy, you are sending a message to your subconscious about your desires. As a result, the world will change to reflect what your higher self believes to be true. Our reality is saturated with a mysterious material known as the ether, which is why this works. Prior to the 20th century, it was not a complete mystery. Mainstream scientists are attempting to cover up the fact that something changed in our reality by referring to mystical concepts like dark matter and dark energy, neither of which can be proven or even adequately explained. But our ideas can move through space and time thanks to an unseen channel. The planets and stars are held in orbit by an invisible force. We have no knowledge of this secret energy, despite the fact that it contains and animated all physical objects. Given that etheric energy is ever-present and permeates all things, Nikola Tesla may have been exploring its potential for free energy extraction. The establishment's treatment of Tesla and its hasty removal of ether from consideration as a means to prohibit free energy make perfect sense. Perhaps, since the current elite have amassed their fortunes in the oil and gas industry, the advent of free energy would put some tycoons out of business and solve most of humanity's issues. What a disaster that would be for the business, as you might expect. However, Ether's existence and its mention in rare books cannot be ignored. The book Think and Grow Rich was a near introduction to this incredible power for me. Napoleon Hill was apparently unwilling to discuss it at length. When Henley penned the prophetic lines, "I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul," he should have informed us that we, too, are masters of our fate and captains of our souls because we have the power to control our thoughts, he wrote. He ought to have informed us that the ethereal substance in which our tiny planet twirls, in which we reside and function, is a type of energy vibrating at an unfathomably high frequency. Additionally, he ought to have informed us that this ether is brimming with a universal power that conforms to the character of our thoughts and influences us in organic ways to transform them into their physical counterparts. Ether is thriving again after Terrence Howard's latest chat with Joe Rogan. But be warned, many false interpretations will try to steer you away from the reality. The ether was very familiar to the ancients. According to the Hermetics, it was known as the All. The ancients placed a higher value on the immaterial than on the material. Since the ether does not contribute financially to scientific research, scientists have focused solely on physical phenomena in the last 100 years. The owners of all energy-related or mega-industry assets foot the bill for grants. So you can't trust the indoctrinated or bought and paid for academics to give you the truth about this reality. In order to locate the enchanted elixir, you might have to sift through the ageless wisdom of the ancients. We are enchanted, eternal beings living a fleeting existence in this world. What gives this body life goes beyond its physical form, even though its human garment has limitations. That material is what gives life to all things. As long as you imbue them with the fervor of conviction, this substance, and by extension, your words and thoughts, are magical. Affirm your desires aloud, understanding that they are interconnected with the All, the Ether, and the superconscious. In layman's words, you are in touch with God. This cuts off the intermediary and all the constraints of this world. In his talk titled Our Real Beliefs, Neville Goddard stated, "Buy your religion wholesale. Visit the manufacturer. Visit the originator. Buying from a middleman at retail is a bad idea. There is just the source and you. You dive headfirst into your own magnificent human imagination, your own I amness, and purchase your religion from the source. God is that. When you enter the realm of possibility and speak things into being, you picture things in your idealized version rather than their actual state. According to what Neville Goddard said, God is pleased when people let their imaginations run wild. Due to their close familiarity with the ether, the Hermetics were able to draw on this Hermetic maxim, which I have repeated numerous times on this channel. According to it, man is given the gift of speech and mind, which makes him equal to the immortals. What gives? Because of what? Reason being that intellect and communication are spiritual attributes. The brain is not the birthplace of ideas, as modern science has discovered. Speech is merely the outward manifestation of one's internal mental processes. The brain plays no more than an intermediary role. Because of this, man is unique. With the right words and thoughts, we can call upon the etheric powers to manifest our desires. We channel the energy of the universe toward our desired goals. Misuse of this talent, however, can have devastating effects. Because so many individuals are abusing the ability and acting more like animals than fully evolved persons, the world is in utter disarray. Our immortality was discussed by Neville Goddard. We are reborn in a parallel universe where we might begin anew if we fail to awaken in this life. Being born from above and making good use of one's gift of speech and intellect is the point. Next, view this video to help you grasp what I'm saying. In this video, Neville lays out the steps necessary to leave this holographic dreamscape if you're interested. What matters is that your desires, ideas, and words follow you into the next life. You are a living, breathing spirit, and there is no such thing as death for you. Your higher self, who is Christ within you, is playing this game, and your job is to use your gifts of speech and thinking to awaken him. Neville Goddard eloquently explains the proper use of one's thoughts and speech in this quotation. According to him, when in doubt, do the loving thing, which is a modern-day version of the biblical principle of do unto others as you would like to be done unto you. In other words, love yourself and others first and foremost when you speak, think, and use your creativity. This manner, you can always give in to what you want and never belittle yourself, which in turn makes it easier to do the same for other people. Christ will awaken in you as you mimic God through this. You and everything around you provide witness to Christ, who is our hope for glory. In ancient days, there was no name for God. He was referred to as the Most High or the Unnameable by them. That is why I am referring to the same unnameable person when I use terms like Christ, Ether, or the All. These symbols help us understand, because our minds are very visual. However, the truth is that the ancients were correct in stating that the All cannot be understood. The infinite stops pointing towards infinity the moment we impose a limit on it. The thing is, you can't help but notice that there is a world beyond your perception. The truth isn't visible to the naked eye. The system is determined to conceal the truth about mortality because it will liberate man, but modern man is too disconnected from this reality to comprehend it. Therefore, cut out the intermediary and start a connection with the Most High on your own. In this life or death struggle, you will not be let down because you have Source or God on your side.